fucking life! I'm so fucking tired of this shit. I just want to get it over with already. This is where the writing just completely shits the bed and stops trying entirely to make any kind of fucking sense. The Guardian manages to somehow abduct you by magically steering your ship to his stronghold. Yeah, chalk that up as another power he just inexplicably has, controlling the wind all over the world. Essentially, he just lets you take some free shots at him, which do nothing except damage you.
Do you understand yet? Do you see that you can't hurt me? All of your energy, all of the damage that you would inflict upon me is reflected back onto yourself.
I am rubber, Avatar. You are glue.
Are you beginning to see the futility of resisting me, Avatar?
Yeah, sure, big guy, whatever. I know this guy's supposed to be like the ultimate god of evil or something, and I'm supposed to feel super intimidated right now, but, you know, it's hard for me to feel awestruck or threatened at all by a guy when all I can focus on is the fact that he's standing buck-ass naked right in front of me, and he's kind of in my personal space right now.
Take, for example, your friends in Skara Brae. It's true that they have managed to avoid the effects of my columns, but that is of no matter.
And to prove to you that resistance is futile, he casually wipes out the town of Skara Brae with his magic and forces you to watch. And again, if he can summon a fiery fucking maelstrom to erase any city he wants, anytime he wants, why is he bothering with the fucking columns and the moon crashing crap?
But why? Brackett is no mad dog killer. He is after something.
And then he just lets you go.
Think about it, Avatar. You need to get
Really? Just lets you go. I mean, you could argue that the Guardian is trying to break your will or destroy your spirit, and okay, maybe, but except for the fact that the Worm Guards are still under orders just to kill you. He's still trying to drop the fucking moon on your head. I just really don't get it. Oh fuck, now I know he's done something worse than kill me. I can't move. I can't walk. I can't move. Raven, help me. I forgot how to walk. My legs don't work. And the game is completely hung. And there we have it.
I'm worried, Raven. I'm not sure I can defeat the Guardian.
What are you talking about? You're the Avatar. You can't fail.
I know I'm the Avatar, but he just seems so powerful.
I know, he's just so powerful. If only I'd become a god or a titan of ether at some point. Maybe then I could take him.
He destroyed Skara Brae, for goodness sake.
It's been destroyed again! How many times can a town get butt-fucked by a fiery cataclysm?
How do I cleanse the Shrine of Justice?
Just like you cleanse the other shrines. Your knowledge of the land shall be great.
After that weird and exceedingly pointless interlude, you're given free control to steer your ship wherever you want to go. And it's every bit as slow and as underwhelming and as fucking soul-crushingly boring as you think it is. Yeah, anyone who bitches about the sailing part of Wind Waker can officially go fuck a garbage disposal after this. I can feel myself fucking dying as I play this. It really does give you perspective on the scope and grandeur of the world of Britannia, though. Check this out, we can circumnavigate the globe in under 5 minutes! Part of me really wants to just kind of map out how big this planet actually is, because I really doubt it's bigger than your average-sized fucking golf course.
Only when you find the staff will I allow you to enter the Lyceum.
What is the Lyceum? What's a paladin? How does one find the Lyceum?
Your knowledge of the land shall be great.
Where is the Lyceum? The Codex of Ultimate Wisdom?
Going back to Moonglow, Titus won't cough up the mantra of honesty, so you have to go to the Lyceum and talk to the Book of Truth to get it. It's funny, because I seem to remember the Lyceum being, what's the word? Castle? A castle which didn't fucking fly? I just seem to distinctly remember just walking in the gate and not flying some fucking flying canoe thing. I guess my point is that the assembled collection of all of Britannia's knowledge should probably be larger than a fucking snow cone stand.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyway, guys, get ready to be seriously pissed off at a talking fucking book, and the piss-poor excuse for preachy morality it's about to spew all over you.
Answer this question first. Are you responsible for the destruction that has recently befallen the land?
Yes. Sadly, I am.
How the fuck is that even remotely logical? The whole game, they try to push this dipshit mentality that the Guardian is your dark half, born as some kind of cosmic equal and opposite reaction to you becoming the ultimate force of goodness. But that doesn't make you fucking responsible for the destruction of Britannia because you just went out seeking to do good shit. Really, where the fuck does the Book of Truth get off for laying this guilt trip at your feet? It's just insane. It's like saying Alexander Graham Bell is responsible for creating the Jerky Boys. It's like blaming George Carlin for creating Carlos Mencia. I mean, what the fuck is this stupid book talking about? I'm responsible. The Avatar is responsible for I don't see no smoking gun in the Avatar's hand. You know, here's a thought. I'd be more apt to blame the guy sending dragons to enact a scorched earth campaign from his fortress shaped like a 2-mile-tall fucking mushroom head. I got an idea. Let's hang responsibility on the motherfuckers trying to smash moons into the planet, okay? I got enough fucking problems about this shit getting dumped on me. It's just, the only thing you can do is just admit it and leave and finish clearing out the dungeons. So you go to Trinsic where all the paladins are.
What's a paladin?
Yeah, well, you know how mad I got over what's a paladin, right? Because it's the biggest betrayal ever, like, it ruins everything. Dupré, the paladin, sacrifices himself by burning himself alive in your place to not only save the world, but to save every world, everywhere, and every person on it by restoring cosmic balance. I can't. I don't know how they did it. When I played it, I was like, this is the worst thing they could possibly. I couldn't think of any. There's no way they did it. You could have told me the Guardian was from fucking Zeist. I'd buy that, because he kind of does, but they did it. Can you think of a... They came up with a way. They came up with something worse. Richard Garriott. What the fuck have you wrought? I can't even tell you what it is yet because it comes way later near the end. But you just gotta remember the concept of honor and Dupré and what he represented and what he did for the Avatar and the story. Alright. So first off, none of the paladins here know the mantra of honor. I repeat, the warriors devoted to honor do not know the mantra of honor.
I am Lucero, one of the last paladins of Trinsic.
What's a paladin? What can you tell me about Trinsic?
Your knowledge of the land shall be great.
How did the paladins lose their honor?
Gee, let me think about this one. Hey, do you think it could have something to do with the same evil columns that have inverted the moralities of every fucking town you've been to so far?
Learn the mantra of honor. It is lost to all who still live in Britannia.
How does nobody know the fucking mantra? Did nobody write this shit down? It's one word! One fucking word! You'd think they'd engrave it somewhere. Everywhere. Maybe in the temple devoted to fucking honor. There's 8 fucking words people gotta remember around here. Does nobody take this Avatar shit seriously but me? You know the Avatar is so dumb he can barely chew. Someone, please, would you get this son of a bitch a fucking pen? In fact, the only person who knows the mantra is Dupré. And guess what? He's fucking dead. I mean, there's no reason the Avatar should know the mantra by now, right? So somehow, you have to find a way to talk to Dupré. And no, even if you know the mantra, it doesn't work unless you do the quest to talk to him. Fuck you. Some guy tells you that you have to go to the Paladin's tomb here and go get Dupré's ashes. This is wrong on so many levels. Like, how in the fuck did they get Dupré's ashes back from Serpent Isle? I asked, it must have been really fucking tricky, considering the ashes no longer fucking exist! They were used to bind the 3 Banes into the Great Chaos Serpent. Guess what? They're fucking gone! What, did Shamino and Yolo just put some campfire ashes in a fucking jar and just tell people it was Brae? So yeah, you just go in there and rob your best friend's grave and take his ashes to the shrine to conjure up his spirit. It's just unbelievable. It'd be funny if it weren't so fucking offensive and sad.
Greetings, old friend. I see that you are well.
Yeah, there he is. There's fucking Brae. There's his spirit, even though it's been bound forever into the Great Chaos Serpent and is, for all intents and purposes, gone. He tells you to go get the Chalice of Honor, which is something they just made up for this game. It's at the bottom of the dungeon, of course, and when you get there, it's full of zillions of identical chalices.
Which one is it? You must choose. But choose wisely.
Yeah, have you noticed Blackthorn is now wearing an eye patch? Got no fucking clue why, because in the scene where he gets injured, the dagger Raven threw clearly misses his eye. Blackthorn's already beat you down here and picked out the correct chalice, and he just smashes it to spite you. But Brae tells you it doesn't really matter since, it's just a bullshit symbol. And I don't think anybody really knew what it looked like anyway. What? Nobody knows the one-syllable mantra of honor. You really think they can tell one of these fucking cups from another? I could bring them a fucking big gulp and they'd probably believe it. And yeah, I keep mentioning Lord Blackthorn, a walking plot hole in this game if ever there was one. They really wrote themselves into a corner with this fucking guy. Okay, dude takes over Britannia in Ultima 5. At the end of that game, Lord British shows mercy on him and exiles the dude through a moon gate to God knows where, because it wasn't really his fault that he was evil, he just got influenced by the Shadow Lords. Later on, one of the most interesting parts of Serpent Isle comes when you visit the monastery, and you find out what ultimately became of Lord Blackthorn when you read one of the monk's journals. Yeah, I actually read the books in every RPG I play. It's some of the most interesting stuff in those games most times. I even read the fucking flavor text for missions in World of fucking Warcraft, and I bet you don't do that shit right. I guess I'm just sick that way. But you know why I do it? Very simple. It's because I care about the story in RPGs. I certainly fucking cared about the story in the Ultima series, and reading the books, it's little stuff like that in Serpent Isle that give you moments of closure, that make all the time and effort and love you poured into the series all worthwhile. At least until this fucking game occurred! The book tells you that Blackthorn found peace and enlightenment at the monastery, and learned the error of his ways, and tried to seek some redemption. He learned that birth, rank, titles, power, and gold are meaningless. We're brought into this world equal, and we depart from it carrying nothing with us but our deeds, good and ill. Wow, man. Now, I guess everyone really does deserve a second chance. Even Blackthorn was able to find peace and rededicate his life to something better.
Well, the mighty Avatar.
Or fuck that, I guess. It's shit like this that just spits in the face of your die-hard fans. Just drags the sweaty nuts of contempt across your face and takes $20 from your fucking wallet on the way out. No pathos, no redemption, no character arc, no motivation. He's just back and he's a Weasley shit. Fuck, it really makes you appreciate the character development that was given to the guy in Ultima 5. That game was fucking brilliant! Here the guy is just completely one-dimensional. He's got exactly one note, and that's and he just hits that every fucking scene.
Blackthorn, you may leave us now. He truly is a worm, isn't he? Oh well. I still need him for a while yet.
Okay, why? Why do you need him? Why do you need anyone? The Guardian is a god! You're indestructible, and apparently you're omnipotent because you control the wind and can kill anyone with a thought. And why him specifically? What can Blackthorn do that nobody else can do? I mean, I'd get it if he just wanted someone to open his mail or mop the floors, but fucking anyone can do that, and probably for less money. In fact, literally anyone else as the bad guy would have been a better fit. If he's just some anonymous flunky from the Wormguard, at least there, you're not ruining anything. Blackthorn is like the one guy who shouldn't be in this role. Because he's redeemed, he's on Serpent Isle, And if you still want him in this game, if he's actually here in Britannia, it'd have been a way more interesting character development to have your one-time arch-enemy join you and help you against the Guardian, right? I mean, with Batlin, it made total sense why the Guardian would need that guy, because back then he needed someone to serve as the public face of the Fellowship. He's a powerful sorcerer and a persuasive man, and he needed Batlin to quietly corrupt the people of Britannia into a loyal army, because he couldn't cross the dimensions by himself. He needed someone on the other side to construct the Black Gate, and he needed people to protect it from the Avatar. But now that he's here, he doesn't really need anyone to do anything for him. He's already effectively conquered the entire world.
Now you have a choice. Open the portcullis and trust me, or we sit here and rot. Come on, Anaj, you know that I never lie.
All right, but you'd better keep your word.
On second thought, I think that I'd better leave you in there.
Tell me, Avatar, what are your intended plans for the Great Dragon?
Oh, I intend to serve her as best I can.
You truly are a compassionate man.
Glad to be of service. How about a date?
I am glad you are here, Avatar. I need your help.
Oh shit, I forgot this one part, yeah. This quest really put my balls in a salad shooter. You run across this asshole in a lighthouse that looks like a garden gnome, and he tells you that he needs you to find these 4 magic gemstones that go in lighthouses all over Britannia. They're these huge fucking jewels like a massive ruby, diamond, sapphire, and emerald. Because that's how lighthouses worked in medieval times, right? They ran on rubies the size of your fucking head. You have to basically search every inch of the entire world to find these fucking things, if you even manage to do it at all. They don't mention a reward when you take the quest, but it's got to be awesome, right? Lord British himself commissioned these lighthouses and these huge fucking gemstones for the safety of the realm. So just go ahead and thrill me here. Guess what the reward turns out to be. Oh, seriously, I want you to go ahead and guess. This quest takes the entire game, is virtually impossible, and requires an insane amount of backtracking. Let's just say that you're the designer of Ultima 9, and I haven't killed you yet. Let's just say that you're designing this, and what would you offer as the reward for this nearly impossible heroic task? Say a magic sword, a magic armor, magic spells, magic something. Well, no. Go ahead, have you guessed something? Because you won't get it. Now, this is probably where you're expecting me to roll the clip from UHF where the guy lifts a box and says, "Nothing!" But no, I promise you, it's not nothing. You get something for this quest. You're gonna love it too. Just guess something, anything. Your reward for this task is 100 gold pieces. 100 bucks! The guy doesn't even mention what your reward is, probably because he's so fucking ashamed. But yeah, you hear something hit your inventory, and it goes by so fast, I didn't even know what it was. I had to double check the footage to see what I got. It's 100 gold pieces. 100 for hours and hours and hours of painstaking, meticulous searching the planet. You know, I step on fucking rats and make more than 100 gold pieces. What the fuck is 100 gold pieces to me? The cum-sucking hooker in Buccaneer's Den got my 100 gold pieces, the dirty pirate whore, and she didn't get fucked as hard for her time as I just did. You guys couldn't come up with anything? This is what my time and effort is worth to Lord British. Why do I work for this son of a bitch? Because I gotta tell you guys, I'm not entirely sure.
I know that you need this stone. Reveal the Lycaeum and I'll give it to you.
How can I believe that you'll hand it over?
Because I'm an honorable man.
Very well. I suppose I don't have a choice.
The next town you go to is Valoria, a city besieged by demons. From hell. Although it's not really a city so much as it is a fort because the demons have destroyed everything else. But here's my question though. Who the fuck builds a fortress inside an active volcano? Look at this fucking place. Why would you do this? There's boiling streams of lava right inside the door. There's not even railings around this shit. Not to mention, if this were even remotely taking place in the real world, you wouldn't be able to get within 10 yards of this shit without getting burned to death or inhaling lethal fumes. And these guys are wearing suits of chainmail just standing around it? Oh my god. Do you have any idea what it must smell like in there? It'd just be this visible funk, this haze you could see that smells of sulfur, swamp-ass, sweaty balls, and feet. Just explain to me, why would anyone live here? Because let me spell it out for you. A, active volcano. B, fucking demons live here. Do the math. Guys, just leave. Go somewhere. And even if you want to tell me they would never leave because they're valorous knights who wouldn't flee from combat, well, if the columns are inverting the virtues like they do everywhere, then they would definitely run, wouldn't they? There's only one guy here who can help you get rid of the demons, this mage, but unfortunately he was injured in the most recent attack and can't help you. So, wisely, you heal him with your magic, and it works great, when suddenly...
all the good you do can be just as easily undone.
Yeah, the Guardian just kills him. You know, why... What the fuck is even... I can't. I just... Maybe if I put my girl Spoony wig on, I'll feel better. No. It's not working. The demons attack again, so the knights barricade the gate. Yes, these wooden logs will keep out the demons that are made of fire. Oh. Right, shit. Oh, forgot. They come from hell.
Remain cowering in your burrows, for I and my brothers now possess your treasured sigil of valor.
And with this sigil, we can finally, we can, there's all sorts of stuff we can do now that we have the Dagger of Valor. Actually, it's funny, we thought so long about getting the Dagger of Valor, we never actually thought about why we wanted it or what we'd even do with it. Oh, I know! We can open our mail with it! Ha 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 ha!
Greetings, worthy Avatar. I am the ever-watchful Sentinel of Scara Brae.
Yeah, hold on, everyone. Brace yourselves for a real shocker. The Sentinel? Yeah, not in the previous games. Ever. I don't even know what in the righteous fuck this thing is supposed to be, or where it comes from.
It was I who watched over and protected the island of Scara Brae.
Oh, you did a great job.
What happened to Skara Brae?
What happened? Asshole, you were there! You watched it happen!
What evil has been unleashed in Britannia?
While poking around the ruins of the island, you find another statue of Shamino, who says the only way to bring him back is to do a ritual that requires the Bell of Courage, the Book of Truth, and the Candle of Love. Oh, well, is that all?
You must enter into the Well of Souls on the Isle of Skara Brae.
Oh, right, the Well of Souls, which was destroyed in Ultima 7. I know this because I did it. But now it's in this pyramid just off the shore of the island, which must have been built by fucking aliens for all the sense it makes now.
Perhaps you grieve because you loved your daughter.
Love? What's love? Tell me what love is.
I wanna know what love is.
It's okay to steal from the rich. It doesn't hurt anyone. Besides, I had to feed my children.
That's not true. Stealing is wrong.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good. I like that. Stealing is wrong, especially coming hot off the heels of all the weird, diabolical, evil shit we just had to pull in Pagan. Stealing is wrong. Oh, you know why I like that so much? It's because the entire moral argument of Ultima 8 is that virtue and honor are never as simple as black and white. That oftentimes, a lesser evil must be countenanced in order to achieve the greater good. Fuck.
Stealing is wrong.
This is demonstrated by your many acts of theft in Pagan, the manipulation and betrayal of several people which directly results in their gory deaths. Forming alliances with evil forces like the Necromancers and the Diabolus, so you can master their clearly evil black magics and use them to escape. Grave robbing, several acts of wanton murder including the slaughter of many, many children, and the summoning of archdemons to commit murder on your behalf. Oh, and releasing vengeful gods upon the world to wreak untold devastation in an unwitting populace while you selfishly work to amass more power and abandon them to their fates.
Stealing is wrong.
So you'd think if anyone could appreciate the moral gray area of petty theft by now, It'd be the goddamn Avatar. And Batman.
Stealing is wrong.
Only Sith deal in absolutes, bro.
You know how each goblin tribe has its own war totem, and they won't fight without it? Well, the elders sent me to go into the goblin camp and steal their war totem. It was certain death. So when I was sent off, I just ran away.
Your village was destroyed by goblins. Had you stolen their totem, like you were sent to do, the goblins would not have attacked your village.
Okay, so the Avatar just got through telling one guy that stealing is always wrong, and not even 2 minutes later, he's telling another guy he's a coward for not committing an act of theft? What, because they're goblins, they don't have rights to personal property? Fucking racist. Anyway, you do the ritual thing and free Shamino from his prison. Hey, how the fuck did he get stuck here anyway?
Lord British has gone off to the Abyss to confront Blackthorn.
Well, don't worry. I'll follow him and make sure that no harm comes to him.
There is, however, one problem with that. When Lord British used the gate ritual to travel to the Abyss, he sealed it off to anyone else.
He's basically an idiot, Avatar. I'm sure you've noticed.
I only know of one way to defeat the gate ritual that Lord British performed, but I'm not certain that we should use it.
I'll use the gate ritual myself.
It won't work, Avatar. You don't have that strength of magic.
Oh shit, man, you're right. Man, if only we had like a bratty 9-year-old kid, maybe he'd have enough strength of magic to pull that off. Hey, you know who might have enough strength of magic? Like a Titan of Ether. But fuck if I know where we're gonna find one of those, right?
If you could summon a creature native to the Abyss that possesses magic, that creature should be able to defeat the ritual. But that means summoning a great demon. Is it right that we use such a force of evil, even if it aids us in our quest?
We may do as we please, so long as no others are harmed by our actions.
Really? Okay, well, that's new. This guy's all over the fucking map at this point. Okay, remember kids, it's okay to perform blood rituals and summon archdemons, just as long as you're really careful that no one gets hurt.
Stealing is wrong.
I would pay $10,000 to see where that shit's written in the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom. The Avatar's system of morality is so fucked up by now, you really gotta wonder how he can say any of this shit with a straight face.
Listen, I'm the Avatar. Av-a-tar.
Now we're getting close to the deepest levels of this game's most heinous bullshit. You just gotta hear this. So because Lord British went into the Abyss to confront Blackthorn, alone, by the way, this Alzheimer'd old bastard who has to get up 6 times a night to piss, and who apparently will eat any random stank-ass loaf of bread handed to him, he goes into the Abyss, alone, into an obvious trap set by Lord Blackthorn. And then, if that wasn't stupid enough, the fucking cockpiper seals the Abyss behind him. Because, you know, the last time motherfucker went to the Abyss, it just went off without a hitch. Oh, wait, no, it fucking didn't. And guess what? When he went there the last time, he brought a shitload of knights with him, and they all died! And, you know, I'm pretty sure I destroyed the Abyss in Ultima Underworld, now that I think about it, because I sort of blew up a fucking volcano inside it. Usually does the trick. Just what convinced LB to climb his decrepit old ass off that throne anyway? If Lord British is still so badass that he feels like he can just cowboy up and wander into the Abyss by himself, why didn't he bother trying to solve the whole column thing by himself 20 years ago?
I'm not entirely sure.
So now we've got to summon a fucking archdemon from hell to open the Abyss. But whoa, it's okay, just as long as nobody gets hurt. But how do we summon an archdemon? Well, first we summon Malkir, who helped us do it last time. Malkir, from Pagan, as in from another fucking dimension. And I'm pretty sure he won't be much in the mood to help my dumb ass, considering the last time we met, I sort of completely bashed his fucking brains in with a mace. Somehow you talk him into it, and he just gives you the magic ritual to summon Pyros. Yes, I said you summon Pyros. Pyros! I can't even begin to count the fucking plot holes here with this. Pyros was a god from Pagan, another dimension entirely. And it sort of could be argued that summoning the guy might just be a little more difficult, considering Pyros is fucking dead! And he's dead because you fucking killed him! And not only did you kill him, you extra killed him because you fucking absorbed his essence like the fucking Highlander, so you could take his essence as the Titan of Fire and wield his power. I think that would make resurrecting the motherfucker difficult considering he's fucking inside you!
What's wrong? Don't you want to be inside me?
But yeah, you go and you just summon Pyros. Hey, the last time we summoned Pyros, didn't we need a master summoner and a bunch of other wizards to help maintain the pentagram, the summoning circle, with all these candles and shit? And if we didn't have all that, if like there was the slightest weak link in the circle, Pyros would, escape and kill everyone in the world with raining brimstone?
We may do as we please, so long as no others are harmed by our actions.
Now, I've heard that before the original plot got fucked silly, you originally summoned the Slasher of Veils, the archdemon who, actually lived in the Abyss. And if nothing else, it makes a fuck ton more sense than Pyros, because at least the Slasher of Veils is alive! What the fuck ever. The Abyss is naturally nothing like you remember it from before, and I think we pretty definitively defined what the Abyss is in the game called the Stygian Abyss. Here, it's just this really uninspired series of areas representing each of the 4 elements, because the game design is so fucking dirt simple that way. And eventually you clear the way through to a central teleporter that takes you to the bottom. And it takes for fucking ever, let me tell you. But how did Lord British get to the bottom already ahead of me without clearing all of these areas himself? And don't fucking tell me a wizard did it, because I'm a wizard in this game and I fucking didn't. And how did Lord Blackthorn get down here?
I should have had you executed low these many years ago, Blackthorn. I suppose that I'll have to do it now.
When you reach the bottom of the Abyss, you find LB and Blackthorn squaring off for a magical duel to the death. I joked before about Lord British being completely worthless, but Blackthorn really doesn't stand a chance here. In Ultima 5, Lord British's crown made you completely impervious to magic. So, I'm thinking this fight won't really last that long. Although I'd bet you anything the game designers didn't even think of the whole Lord British's crown thing. So Lord British just straight up kicks the dude's ass, you get the codex back, and LB tells you he can send you into the void to cleanse the last shrine of spirituality, but first you need to consult the codex. For some reason, because. And you can only do this on the Isle of the Avatar using the lenses to decode and read it. Which really isn't how the lenses work. Because remember, the lenses were created in Ultima 6 and they were made so you could see into the void where the codex had been sent. Not because the codex was in some kind of code or cipher. It wasn't. Anyone could read the fucking book as long as they're on a spiritual quest. Besides, the codex lenses in this game are put on the wrong fucking sides. And I distinctly remember them being a hell of a lot fucking bigger. This isn't some obscure trivia, This is easily verifiable information you'd know if you'd even casually looked over the other fucking camera! Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. It tells you first to create something called the Barrier of Life in the Guardian's Chamber. And really, it mentions the Guardian in the Codex. This really bugs the shit out of me. Who wrote the fucking codex anyway? Where the fuck did it come from? I thought Lord British was the dude who came up with the virtues in the first place. Did the Avatar just never bother to sit down and read the whole fucking codex cover to cover? Would he just get the Cliff's Notes of the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom? How does he not know all this? And then once you create the Barrier of Life, you cast the Armageddon spell inside it, and hopefully the Barrier of Life contains the spell. Only now, the Armageddon spell is completely different. Now, to cast it, you need all 8 sigils and 3 pieces of a dimensional gate. This is wrong! Why do you keep changing the fucking rules? These aren't nitpicks. These are major fucking cornerstones of the setting that even people who casually follow the series would notice.
I can cast a spell that will temporarily realign the moons.
But that could just be orbital wobble.
And allow you to travel to the void.
Oh, so now the moon gates have something to do with the positions of the fucking moons again. Because that's not how they were operating up to this fucking point. So you go into the void and restore the Shrine of Spirituality. Wait, hang on. Didn't the Guardian just say that the people in Skara Brae were immune to the column's influence, that they somehow resisted the column? Wouldn't that mean they kept their spirituality? Am I out of my mind? So if they successfully resisted the column, why is the shrine corrupted? Fucking oops!
You did it, Avatar! When you restored the final shrine, I was given my life back!
I don't have a very good memory. You know, I've heard people like can remember the names of their teachers from elementary school. I don't. You know, I'm bad with faces. I'm bad with names, really. And I don't even know how early most people have, you know, memories. But probably one of my earliest memories is around the age of, must have been 3 or 4. We just moved to Arizona, and my dad was an engineer, and we had this new thing. It was this monochrome computer, 5 1/4-inch floppies, and it was the craziest thing because it could do word processing and it could do spreadsheets. And my dad would work from home, which again was this new thing. You know, you didn't have to use a typewriter. So, but when he was at work, my older brother and I would play on it. And we only had one game. It's probably the first computer game I ever played. And it was Ultima 3. I didn't play the earlier ones until a lot later, but yeah, we played Ultima 3. And my brother would play it with me. He taught me how to play, and I was so young, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, I didn't know the story, and even if he told me, I wouldn't have understood. But like, you know, all I knew there was bad guys on the screen, and we made guys to go beat them up. You know, that was it. But he'd explain what's going on, and you know, eventually I kind of knew. You know, I knew very basic. I knew enough to he'd let me play it on my own. He'd let me play his characters on my own and let me level them up and, you know, just get gold because you needed gold. You know, get the exotic weapons and stuff like that. And he didn't get mad if I got his characters killed, and I did that a lot. And he put a lot of time. We all put a lot of time into this, but you know, I was 3 or 4. You know, it's gonna happen. But we got so wiped out the first time we went into Castle Exodus by the floor. You know, there'd be dragons and demons in there, and they could do this thing that was your character could be dead or incinerated. And if he was incinerated, you needed like the highest level magic to bring him back. You needed a great holy man. And but the thing that kicked our asses was the floor. We must have gotten wiped out like 6, 7, 8 times. And we played we played everything. We played Ultima 4, and I was older, of course, and he helped me understand the story and how it was different and what I was doing. And I don't know if you believe, it's basically how I learned to read was the Ultima games. I wouldn't recommend it as a course, but that's just how it went. You know, I just read what was going on the screen a lot. It was very simple terminology and stuff like that. It was the first words I was really reading. And it got me interested in all sorts of stuff. You know, it kind of helped shape my interest today. It got me interested in sci-fi, fantasy. I wanted to read more about characters like this, what was going on. Got me interested in D&D. You know, I was reading Tolkien when other kids were struggling with the Hardy Boys. You know, I was reading D&D books at recess when other kids were playing around with Foursquare, and that got me in a lot of trouble. But my older brother and I, we must have played everything up to Ultima 6 while we were living under the same roof, and then he moved away to college. He moved away, but that was our thing when we were together, you know. And he didn't. What I really appreciate about that was he didn't have to do that, you know. He was like 10 years older than me, and you know, nobody really likes their idiot younger brother. You know, like when you're like 8, 10 years older, then nobody likes. You know, I was an idiot. I was a 4-year-old kid, and I cried and screamed and was a fucking moron. But he did. You know, my sister didn't, but he did. And he'd play that game with me because he was cool like that. And whenever I think of him, that's what I think of, and I miss that. You know, I miss fighting the floor in Ultima 3.
Stupid!
waste of time! All of this! It was all leading to this!
You did it, Avatar! When you restored the final shrine, I was given my life back.
Brae sacrificed not only his life, but his very soul, which is the energy that holds the Serpent of Chaos together to save all life everywhere. The Avatar forgets he even existed. And then the game designers bring him back to life, which logically speaking should destroy the Chaos Serpent all over again and doom all of existence to fucking ruination. And that's it, isn't it? You know, that's life in a nutshell, right? There's nothing I can care about so much that I won't eventually see it turn to shit and betrayal. You could list them off. Ultima, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, fucking Spider-Man with One More Day, comic books in general, Final Fantasy. Fuck my job, my fucking life. Just take it from me, alright? The most you people can hope to do is die before you can see everything that you take joy and comfort in rot into filth and leave a steaming, stinking hole in your soul that never fucking heals.
Good. Good. And now, at the end, do you understand?
Understand what?
Inevitability. You and I are one. We are connected. The only difference is that you are weak. You care. I will dominate because I don't care.
Fuck off. You want me to finish this? Fine. You go back to the Guardian's lair, you set up the magic shield by putting the sigils on a bunch of pedestals that are conveniently pre-arranged around the throne. You grab the 3 pieces of the Black Gate that, again, is conveniently in the room for no reason, which then conveniently explodes for no fucking reason. What the fuck were you doing in the Black Gate anyway? Taking an extra-dimensional shit? Does it explode every time you use it? Then that's it. You cast Armageddon, which is contained in the shield, and you both die. The end. There. Done. You happy? Now get the hell out of our galaxy, you big red pile of fuck. We had a deal.
Indeed we did. I never had an interest in your pitiful, doomed world anyway. I merely came to save you, Avatar.
Save me. Look, just fuck off and blow up the gate like you said you would.
My gate? Oh, Avatar, the gate was never meant for me. I built it for you.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Armageddon. I have a gift for you. The fate of your world is already sealed, Avatar.
Like, what in the fuck? The Armageddon spell? Why would I ever be stupid enough to do this?
Oh, but Avatar, you will. You already have. Your hatred has spelled the doom of this Earth. And if you finish the path you have set for yourself, you will die. Your world will die, exactly as he planned since you started. You decide how this experiment ends, Avatar, but know this. All of your paths end in death.
Yeah, okay, well, guess what? You can't fucking trick me. Oh, you like this? Yeah, this is new. I had this specially made. It's an anti-magic gun, and you'll never guess where I purchased it. I don't know if it'll work on your Black Gate, but I'm just dying to find out.
Then take your science weapon. Destroy the Black Gate. Destroy your only chance of escape from the lie of your existence. Run from your destiny. Sit here and talk to your people until they too abandon you. And then, when you're alone, you will never be able to escape yourself. How much longer, I wonder, until you'll finally be able to see the bars of your own cage?
Come on, I wasn't being serious when I said that.
No? Then stay here. Embrace madness and fiddle amidst the flames as your hatred engulfs this world. You said yourself that death was a kind of mercy for you and the rest of humanity. You can end their suffering, like many have tried before you. Or you can fulfill your destiny, leave this reality and join me. With our combined strength, all of Britannia and anything else that we choose will be ours to use and destroy as we see fit. But I think we all know how this ends, don't we, Avatar?
I guess we do, but, they were sometimes known as the 12 Peers.
What?
Now, historically, they were the foremost members of Charlemagne's court, although many of their most famous exploits are largely fictitious, representing Christian martial superiority over the Saracen hordes.
What are you driveling about?
Well, my friend, that's a paladin.
His latest session is complete. Readings have peaked. We've plotted the projected impact zone for the meteor. It's time, sir. Your experiment was a success.